We learned that the newspaper club was going to be shut down temporarily rather than permanently, thanks to a few strings that were pulled from the school faculty by that one teacher whose name I ought to remember since he was in the last episode, but I completely forgot who he was because he's just that bland of a character, I suppose. But in any event, there were a few strings attached to this club not being shut down, being that the journalist from Nikoniya News, Mr. Watabe, was apparently doing a story on the Heikyo Culture Festival. But while he might seem like he's in high spirits, Takuru Miyashiro knows the truth about Mr. Watabe by his not so stellar reputation. A reputation that is matched by Mr. Watabe's not so stellar real personality. But there is nothing we can do about him for the time being, because if we want to keep up our end of the bargain, we are going to have to entertain Mr. Watabe. And also, because Kurisu is still injured for the time being, we have to do all the legwork for the student council. And ended the last episode off with a nice thirst-quenching drink from the vending machine. If I didn't get some caffeine from a mountain view, I wasn't going to be able to move. On a side note, I never known Mountain Dews to have caffeine in them. At least, not that I'm aware of. But apparently we're not alone in the hallway. Someone was tugging at the hem of my uniform. Out of nowhere, not a sound. Could it be... Well, I'm not going to spoil the answer for myself, but I think there's only one person that may or may not fit this criteria. I quickly turn around. Let's see if I'm right. Is it?
はい、なんでしょう。
Or maybe not. Aha! I was right. Aha! Knew it. Only one person in all of Heikyo Academy would show up and not say a word. Hana Kazuki. Aha! I called it. Probably should have bet money on that too, but never mind. Actually, don't wanna... Yeah, don't want to get too much into gambling, actually. It is a terrible thing. But yeah, it was exactly Kazuki who was in my mind, and I'm not kidding, I'm not making this up. She was my first guess. So, she'd been sent to help with her class's display, which was just about finished up. Looks like she's as bored with this tedious monotony as we are.
クラスの仕事終わったのか？だったら生徒会の方の手伝いを頼む。
Yeah. As we all know, Kazuki wants to spend all afternoon playing SO2. Yeah, she's definitely bored. Kazuki tugged even harder at my uniform.
Yeah, だから生徒会の手伝いを。
Looks like she's not taking no for an answer.
もしかしてついてこいって言ってるのか？
Well, might as well see what this is all about, I suppose. She nodded. Her expression hadn't changed, but it seemed like she was having some kind of trouble. Well, we've been chock-a-block full of delusions for the past few episodes, so going to give Takuru a bit of a break. What was going on? Did she want me to help with something? I needed to get back to the student council room. Yeah, can't slack off with any simulations this time. But it was incredibly rare for Kazuki to actually come to me for help. It wouldn't be right to just ignore her. So we shall not.
うーん
Hmm, indeed. Well, I may as well go.
わかったよ。だから引っ張るなって。
Nice for a bit of change of pace of normality, although something in my intuition tells me that's not going to last. But then we already knew that. I decided to follow Kazuki. See what's so urgent. And we're outside at the, yeah, here. Kazuki stopped in front of some large object with a vinyl covering on top of it. What was this thing? Kazuki stared at it for a moment and then pointed at it.
もしかしてこれを運ばなきゃならないとか。
Yeah, going to take that as a yes. She nodded. What was this thing anyway? Perhaps a table or something? She took a piece of paper out of her pocket. It looked some kind of handmade flyer. Re-guesses what this is referencing. In bright colors and big letters it said, Class 1A, let's build a gun barrel project. What is a gun barrel, you say? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're about to find out. Yeah. Kiddo Battler Gun Barrel. Really gotta love the Japanese enunciations there. Is an animated TV show that ran for 155 episodes, broadcast between 2012 and 2015. It used an unusual marketing strategy of broadcasting 110 countries before releasing in Japan, creating a worldwide boom before the Japanese release. Like most robot anime or mecha anime, it targeted middle school boys and above with toys and other merchandise, but its amazing 3D battles and high-quality story based on Egyptian mythology became very popular, to the point where a theatrical version was made. However, the last episode of the third season was suddenly cancelled in a very controversial move. The hero was Doto Genki, who piloted the combat sports robot Car Trooper. Its vast setting spanned the entire planet through the past, present, and future. The first season's opening song was sung by the popular cult gothic punk band Phantasm. They'd probably be earning quite a few royalties off of that little number there.
頑張れるってアニメの？
Yes, exactly like the anime. Gun Barrel was an anime that started back when I was in middle school. And I actually have to say the artwork is actually not that bad. When most anime these days only lasted 3 to 6 months, Gun Barrel had been on forever. In fact, it had just ended the other day. and some idiot had decided to cancel it just before the last episode could air. This caused a huge uproar. The things people will do for social media publicity these days. All of this made Gun Barrel a truly legendary anime. Wonder if it's as long as the big three. I doubt it, but...
これって和樹のクラスの展示物?
I see. So, my first thought was that either this is some sort of table, or it's, something else. They must have been attempting to make a model of the robot from the anime. And so they made all the parts in the courtyard, and now they had to get them to their classroom. Yeah, better to make them by hand than actually buy the pieces from an anime store, because anime figurines are ridiculously expensive, and for good reason.
でもなんで和樹が一人で運ばなきゃならないんだ? クラスの連中は?
Yeah, where are the others? She doesn't know. Or maybe she does. I followed Kazuki's gaze over to the entrance, and saw students in pairs happily carrying large objects covered in sheets.
なるほど。ぼっちには辛い状況だな。
There are two possible outcomes for that statement. Either Kazuki would understand, or she might get angry at us. See which reaction she has. Yep. Called it again. Called it again. I get bragging rights. Yeah, she was mad. I thought she was going to, Takuru probably thought she was actually going to nod in understanding, but, no. She punched them. Yep. You walked right into that one, Takuru. You only have yourself to blame for that. Oh no, she didn't punch him. Don't kick me in the shin. And if you're going to kick me in the shin, don't do it so hard. And again. You probably shouldn't talk with your mouth full, but, and I probably shouldn't laugh at Takuru's misfortune, but again, he did bring it on himself.
誰がぼっちだ、違うわ。今日はたまたま仲のいい子が休んでるだけだから。
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna help. That's only making things worse.
すまん、僕の勘違いだ。
Yeah. I decided to play along.
で、僕にどうしろと?
I think it should be obvious. Carry the box.
代わりに運ぶのを手伝えって? でもこれって重いんじゃないのか?
We probably need at least 3 people to help us. Don't look at me with those puppy dog eyes. Yep. We can't walk out of this one. Fine. Normally I would have found some way to get out of it, but there is no way. Not this time. If Kurisu wanted the culture festival to succeed, I didn't have a choice. I reached down to grab the object under the sheet. Yeah, sorry for that minor abrupt cut off their adventurers, but I didn't want to cough into the microphone.
よし、そっち回って。さあ、いっせーので持ち上げるぞ。
would be nice if somebody actually came to help us, but I don't think that's going to happen.
行くぞ。いっせーの。
See just how heavy this thing is. The answer is quite heavy.
おい。お前リズム感ないのか。完全にずれてるぞ。遅い。
And things are about to get worse yet again for Takuru. We weren't in sync at all. She would lift up a moment or two after I did. Because of that, we almost dropped it to the ground.
僕が悪いみたいな顔をするなよ。もう一回やるぞ。いっせー。今度は早っ。
Yeah, it's on 3. On 3. Yeah, this is going about as poorly as I expected.
もういい。和樹に僕が合わせるから、とにかく持ち上げろ。
This is going to take forever, isn't it? As she started to lift, I did too. We staggered, but managed to keep it steady.
よし。それじゃ、このまま運ぼう。
Well, the good news is we're probably likely to get it inside. The bad news is if we actually have to carry it up the stairs, because stairs are going to be an absolute nightmare in this situation. We slowly headed towards Kazuki's classroom, counting 1, 2, 1, 2 to ourselves to keep ourselves in unison. Of course, I was the only one who actually spoke.
そこんとこ角になってるからな。気をつけろよ。
Corners aren't nearly as bad as stairs. We made it. Oh, we made it to the stairs. Oh, gods, this is. And the pain continues. This is where things got hard. Yeah, that's a blatantly obvious statement there.
先に登って。そうそう。そのままゆっくりゆっくり。踏み外すな。踏み外すんじゃないぞ。
Yeah, probably try to go up sideways. But making Kazuki go up first so that I could hold it from the bottom was a mistake. Obviously, but it's too late now. Far too late. Even after all my warnings, Kazuki slipped and... Yeah, now Takuru's carrying all that weight, which means... Oh dear. Probably should have gone up the stairs sideways, if that were possible. Get some better footing, as well. Damn it, I told you not to trip. We were just lucky we hadn't climbed up that much.
大丈夫か、和樹。
The situation was... Something in the talk you saw all the time in anime, wasn't it? Yeah, kind of would have thought that the box was the thing that was going to fall on top of you there, Takuru, considering that Kazuki was already on the stairs, but this is an anime, so obviously it is. And because it's anime, why the hell not? Positive delusion it is. Anyway, I needed to do something about this. Kazuki was so light though. How would you end up in this situation again, considering the box should have been the thing that should be on top of you, but oh well. Well, she wasn't very tall, but she had a good body, pretty good body, so actually, wait, what was I thinking? Of course. What if someone came by and saw us, and the anime tropes would continue to pile on us? No, I needed to do something. But part of me wanted to enjoy the sensation a little more. That's not what you should be thinking, of all things, but too late. Far too late now. No, no, definitely not. No way.
ほら、和樹、とにかくそこどいて。
Huh? Wait a second. Yeah, I'm actually been thrown for a loop then. Was that my voice? No? No, it was too high pitched to be your voice.
あ、変だな。なんか、喉の調子が。
The hell is going on? I'm actually... What's going on here? I'm about as confused as you are, Takuru. This
あ、
is...
あ、あ、
Well played, Chaos Child. Well played. I knew it. Those were definitely my words. Which meant that my voice had turned into a girl's? Or that, or you just swallowed a helium balloon, but... No, that's not right. Then why was I staring at my own face?
Huh?
Good question. Things are, yeah, something bizarre is definitely going on here. Something that even I couldn't have predicted. Maybe...
僕と和樹の中身が入れ替わった？
Did we? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case, given all the strange things that I've experienced up until this point, but, this would be strange. This is, yeah, stranger than I would have thought.
嘘だ。そんなバカなことがあるわけが。
Yeah, my words exactly. But I fearfully touched my chest. That is a bad thing. You shouldn't do that. The sensation I felt was an unfamiliar one. Wait a second. This feeling was...
なんだろう、想像していたよりもずっと硬いぞ。硬すぎる。アニメなんかでボヨンボヨンと揺れている表現があるから、まるでマシュマロみたいに柔らかいのかと思っていたけれど。いや、待て、違う。そうじゃない。そうか、これは。ブラジャーをしているからか。
I considered that, yeah. Wasn't going to comment on Takuru's little monologue there.
つまりブラを取ればもっと柔らかい本体が出現するということになるな。
Reiterating my earlier words, Takuru, don't do that.
でもブラのホックを外すなんて女子と付き合った経験のない男子にとっては難関中の難関だ。
You're in one of these situations, trapped in somebody else's body, of course.
自分の背中にあるホックなんてどうやって外してるんだ。
But then I realized there was no need to go through all the trouble of undoing the hook.
そうか、ブラそのものを上にずらせばそれでいいじゃないか。
I gulped a little as I yanked the bra up from over my uniform. Why? I could feel the contents being released from the pressure. This is 50 Shades of Wrong.
おお、これはすごい。
I jumped a little when they shook. It was exactly like an anime. Funny that. So that wasn't an exaggeration.
というか、カズキってもしかして、いや、もしかしなくても、むちゃくちゃ胸が大きいぞ。
She was definitely the owner of a giant rack. As a guy, the idea of having globs of fat hanging off your chest was a very strange one. Maybe that was the reason why my shoulders felt a little stiff. So it was also true that girls with large breasts had stiff shoulders. And, back problems as well. Or so I've heard. Anyway, yeah. My breasts, that is to say Kazuki's, were currently not covered by a bra. I wanted to see. I had to see. Were these two twin mounds as soft as I'd imagined them to be? Once again, yeah, let's not go down well. I couldn't fight the overwhelming sensation of curiosity. I brought my hands up to my chest like it was the most natural thing in the world, and softly cupped my own breasts.
すごい。こんな。
And then I, or more precisely, probably Kazuki, who was in my body, ran up to me. She had tears in her eyes and was glaring at me. Yeah, this situation is but, yeah, as bizarre as it could possibly be.
バカ変態
I felt a powerful impact on my face, then my vision went black. Wait, was that a comic, an anime, novel, or something? No, it was your own twisted simulation/delusion there, Takuru. I never thought I was into gender-bending stuff. Well, considering the fact that you spend most of your time in the trailer reading Cool Cat Press, despite claiming that you're not interested. A term encompassing a broad range of genres that deal with characters who change sex. For some reason, this has become a thing in anime in recent days, which is strange to say the least. That got me a little excited. Maybe it was a bad idea to stay like this. Yeah, there is no maybe about this situation.
カズキ怪我はないかほらじゃあ立って早いところこれ持っていこう
bearing in mind that things are now once again back to normal, reminding everyone that what transpired just a few moments ago was a byproduct of Takuru's own imagination. Fortunately, the gun barrel part wasn't damaged at all. I'm surprised it didn't land on top of you. Very surprised. We headed to Kazuki's classroom before, being careful not to trip this time.
1の A ここか。
Well, we made it. A girl near the entrance saw Kazuki and ran over. She looked like a normal average girl. How very descriptive.
カズキ、運んできてくれたんだ。てっきりバックレたのかと思ってた。
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't.
あれ？てか、こっちの人は？
いや、その。
And we're back to this again. Oh joy.
ああ、知ってる。確か新聞部の。明日渡部と対談するって。
Yeah, looks like news travels fast, but then again, this is academy, so why not? How did she know? It's a little something called gossip, Takuru.
君が？
大河内って言います。
Okochi.
いや、名前じゃなくて、知ってるんですか？その、渡部との。
やだ、みんな知ってますよ。噂になってるし。
That surprised me. Which, in all fairness, it shouldn't. I thought that only a few people at school would know about a Nico Nia reporter. I had no idea that a girl like this who didn't look like she kept up with the news at all would know about it. Yeah, we have the faculty to thank for that one. It's called publicity. And there were even rumors about it.
頑張ってくださいね。楽しみにしてますから。
I can't say the same.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Kazuki ignored the two of us and took the part inside, then silently put it on the floor. No one tried to help. Well, our task is now complete. But as I went over to her...
わざわざすいません。あとはこっちでやっとくんで、そこに置いといてください。
Well, that's very helpful. The first helpful thing that we've had all day. That girl, Okuchi, said that to me. And with that, we're done. I did as I was asked and left the room. And then Kazuki followed me.
Nani?
And that's the first time we've ever seen a smile on Kazuki's face there. Looks like she's grateful for helping her despite what happened and didn't happen in the past few minutes. She offered me a lollipop. Considering the fact that there is probably a 95 to 100% chance that this was the very lollipop she had in her mouth up until a moment ago, accepting it would probably definitely not be a good thing.
くれるのか
Was this her way of thanking me? Probably. But
それ食べかけだろ
not surprising considering that it was in her mouth this whole time. Yeah. I know you're annoyed, Kazuki, but it's not a good thing. Not at all. She sighed and put it back in her mouth, then took out a small bag from her skirt pocket. I know that hurt your feelings, Kazuki, but being sanitary actually takes priority here. It was dried squid. Dried emperor squid. Or squiddy, sorry, to be precise.
どうも
Yeah, I'll get a consolation prize. Probably for the best, I would say.
手が空いたら生徒会の方も手伝ってくれよ一応部員なんだから
Something tells me that she's going to go back to playing SO2. Call it a hunch. Kazuki shrugged and walked up the stairs. Maybe she was going back to the club room to play a game some more. There is a very good chance of that. I probably couldn't count on her help. Well, she's been more helpful than Ito, so there is that. And now we're transitioning to another... Is it? Wait. No, it's still the same day. October 9th, 2015, Friday. But with this little transition, that is going to end this episode of Let's Play ChäoS Child. And when we return, adventurers, things will definitely start getting more serious and less silly this time. In fact, I think I can count on it getting more serious. But as always, adventurers, until next we meet.